Ukrainian forces have regained control of about 470 square kilometers of territory in the south. More than 11,000 Russian troops have been eliminated, according to Ukraine's Commander-in-Chief Alexander Syrsky. Despite heavy resistance and dense minefields, Ukrainian units are pushing forward step by step, and that pressure is felt most on key directions. The Pokrovsk direction remains one of Russia's main priorities. Fighters from the Achilles Brigade are sharing footage of how they repel enemy attacks. In Russia's Belgorod region, Ukraine's National Guard struck a concentration of tanks prepared for an offensive toward the Kharkiv region. Across the front line, the pattern is the same. FPV drone operators from the Security Service of Ukraine's Alpha Special Operations Center destroyed or hit 2,158 Russian troops in just 1 week. And that's from just one single unit. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, Ukraine's 65th Mechanized Brigade and supporting units repelled a Russian armored assault. 10 armored vehicles destroyed, Russian infantry retreated. In just 28 days of March, Ukraine's drone forces destroyed 30 Russian air defense systems, including Tor M1 and Tor M2 systems, a Nebo U radar, Buk M3 and Buk M2 launches, and a Triumph radar from the S-400 system. Here's what that looks like. And it doesn't end with air defenses. Ukraine is also destroying the main weapon Russia uses to terrorize peaceful Ukrainian cities. Ukrainian forces struck Russian mobile launch systems for Shahed and Gerbera drones at the temporarily occupied Donetsk airport. The strike came as Russian forces were preparing to launch them. Ukraine Drone Command says, now fewer drones will fly toward our cities, where air raid sirens will no longer be heard. This is a typical day for Ukraine's Phoenix unit. A Russian tank is destroyed, a ground rocket system is hit, and armored vehicle is taken out. Let's take a look. And sometimes the targets are extremely rare. Ukraine is taking out the Scud 450M drone, worth over $400,000. It is used to guide Iskander missile strikes. There is almost no public footage of this system, not even from its developers. Just one known video shows Ukrainian drone forces hitting it, and yet more than 20 have already been shot down. But while the fighting continues, Ukraine is also preparing for what comes next. A new Ukrainian interceptor drone is about to change the game. Developed by WIY drones together with Germany's quantum systems, the upgraded STRILA 2 is built to hunt down Shahed drones. Its key feature – a rocket booster that launches it almost straight up. Within seconds, it climbs to several kilometers in altitude and moves faster than its target. That allows it to get above enemy drones and strike from above. The system also uses artificial intelligence to track and intercept targets. Germany has already backed the project, ordering 15,000 interceptors for Ukraine. And every successful intercept means one less expensive missile fired from systems like Patriot missile system or IRIS-T. But Ukraine is not just building new weapons, it's starting to export its battlefield experience. Ukraine and Saudi Arabia have signed a security agreement. Ukraine is looking to use its experience in countering Russian drones to help countries in the Gulf region. It will also support the development of key air defense components. Around 200 Ukrainian counter-drone specialists have already been deployed to several countries in the Middle East. And that experience is not just being shared, it's being used. Ukraine is now striking deep, hitting legitimate targets that fuel Russia's war machine. Ukraine used Flamingo missiles to strike the Pantsirs plant in Russia's Samara region, according to Ukraine's general staff. The facility produces components for explosives used in bombs and missiles. It manufactures more than 30,000 tons of military-grade explosive each year. Ukraine's defense forces struck an oil refinery in Russia's Yaroslavl region, according to the general staff. It is a strategic facility and one of the key sites in Russia's oil refining industry. The plant processes about 15 million tons of oil per year. Its output, including gasoline, diesel and jet fuel, is critical for Russia's military logistics. Up to 40% of Russia's oil export capacity have been disrupted, about 2 million barrels per day, according to Reuters. The reasons include Ukrainian drone strikes, tanker detentions, and the suspension of the Druzhba pipeline. Shipments were halted after attacks on the port of Ust-Luga, one of Russia's two main oil export hubs on the Baltic Sea, along with Primorsk. Both ports sustained significant damage, including fuel storage facilities. Fire were reported at multiple sites. Ukrainian forces struck an oil refinery in Kirishi, in Russia's Leningrad region, according to the general staff. The strike sparked a fire, hitting primary processing units and two fuel storage tanks. The Kirishi refinery is one of the three largest in Russia. It processes about 20 million tons of oil per year, more than 6% of the country's total refining capacity.
Вот летит.
No matter how hard Russian propaganda tries to hide what's really happening on the front line, the reality is already on your video. And the numbers speak for themselves. Russia is losing around 30 to 35,000 troops every month. The loss ratio now stands at roughly 1 to 8 Ukrainian to Russian forces, Volodymyr Zelensky said in an interview with Le Monde. And notice that if the front line is not moving forward in Ukraine, it effectively means a defeat for Russia. If you want to stay updated on what's really happening on the front line, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like this video. It helps more people see the truth.